everybody, I'm David with Bolivar Live, and we're out here on the beachfront. I didn't know the wind was blowing like this, but it's a good thing because as of June 1st, we're in hurricane season, and that's what we're going to talk about today. We do this show weekly with Priest Insurance with Dan. Dan, it's hurricane season. Everyone's talking about getting ready.
Right.
What do we do?
Well, it's kind of the time of year, and now is a good time rather than later. So, from an insurance standpoint, make sure you have copies of your policies. Contact your agent. Now is a good time to do that. Even though we're just starting this hurricane season, we typically have some time before we get really ramped up into the heart of things, which are August and September. We have a forecasted active year.
Active.
Active.
And we've had seaweed, sagasa weed already.
Yeah.
And typically when I see that, and Dan found a sea bean while I was setting up, and I talked to a lady yesterday, she had a backpack half full of sea beans. She had walked a couple miles and found all kinds of sea beans.
Yep.
That's telling me we've had wind, we've had a lot of rain, we have a lot of moisture.
Yep.
Getting ready. I know last night my wife and I were talking, and we were cooking, and I always tell her I want the deep freeze empty by July 4th weekend, more or less. A little bit here and there. That way, if we don't have power, if we've got to evacuate, we don't have to take, because we're limited on space with the studio. If a storm enters the Gulf, it may not come here. Is there certain things that people can do? Call ahead to say it looks like it's coming into Beaumont.
Okay.
Can you call your insurance agent and say, look, I just want to get on the list in case I have any damage here? Can they get
We don't really recommend you do that.
Okay.
That's not what you want to do. We're going to be answering our phones within 24 to 48 hours after a storm, because we're going to have to likely move as well.
Right.
And then re-enter. But we do have the ability to take those claims or to take emails. So this time of year is a really good time to go back in and check your policies to make sure, like, for example, if your house was built after September 09, that you have 90% of your flood coverage towards your wind, that your policies are up to date, you have copies of your numbers, that you have your agent's phone number with you so you can call and make a claim.
That's something that people don't think about, but they get out of town.
Right.
Like during Ike, how do I get hold of an insurance? Maybe they've just had a house and don't have that relationship yet. Bought a house in the last year and don't have that relationship. And so that's one good thing. Your electrical bill receipt, your trash, your power,
your water
anything
bill,
to get back on the peninsula, because it takes a little bit to get back. But when you get back, I remember after Ike, I'd gotten everything out. So I didn't come back that first weekend because I wanted to give plenty of room to people that had houses down here.
Right.
But then when we came back, luckily I knew everyone, so I didn't have trouble, but I didn't have a lease with me. I didn't have electrical bill, and you need all that.
You do, and so, now's the time to prep. It's getting those insurance documents together. Make sure you have a little folder that you can just put in your car. Should you evacuate, and do evacuate, don't hang around.
Yes.
And see what's going to happen, because it's no fun without power for a week or so, whether you're here or Beaumont or Houston.
Right.
Get out of harm's way. Make sure that you are also, if you do have things like a generator, make sure you have, if you're not whole house and hooked up to propane, make sure you have
plenty of gas,
plenty of fuel for that thing. Make sure you have a way to get your deep freeze out of here in the event that you need to. So it's just about prepping. There's no reason to be here during a hurricane, because you know what? Your insurance company's got your back in case there's damage at the end of the day. You don't need to make a claim early, because you don't want a claim that means nothing on your record. It can follow you around. Wait to assess your damage. Wait and see if there's something going on, and then call us. We will be answering the phone. We'll be down here, and we'll help you get through that claims process should we need it. We do have some sargassum. We do have a forecast. That doesn't mean we're going to get a storm.
I've seen forecasts like we have now, or pretty close to it, where we never even had anything enter the Gulf. And so
So we don't know, but now's the time
ready.
to be prepared. Don't get your emergency supplies ready. Don't wait.
You know, I've always been one, when they call for voluntary, and we're always watching it, you know, giving reports on what's going on, and we work with Eric Graves and stuff. But man, I'm one of those, when I was guiding, when they called for voluntary, I was out of here.
So that is something for us. So when a storm hits the Gulf, okay, and it depends on the carrier. Sometimes it's classified as a tropical storm, sometimes a named storm, sometimes a hurricane.
Right.
But there are coverages that are and are not available at certain times. Flood, you know, you have to have if you have a lender, you have to have flood. If you don't, it's a 30-day wait.
Yeah.
So when that storm happens, all we can do is give you copies of what you have.
Right.
So in the event that there is an imminent strike, I will tell you, I will have my staff to safety early.
Right.
And then so we can be set up, so they can be safe and then be set up to serve you on the backside, because that's where we're going to be needed.
And we've talked about that before.
Yes.
With the digital age,
Yeah.
more or less, you could be sitting in your vehicle somewhere with a printer and a computer and do it. And I've got internet in my truck, and so, you know, for you to be ready is the biggest part. So, and we're going to talk about this for the next 4 or 5 months, probably. Different things about hurricane season.
Hopefully not too much.
No, not about hurricanes, but about things to prep for. So we're going to head on out. Dan, thanks for joining us this morning. Until next time, I'm David with Bolivar Live. Y'all have a great day, great week. Come see us. God bless, and bye-bye. Priest Insurance Agency has been located in the heart of Lumberton, Texas since 2001, providing a consultative approach and educating customers on how their insurance works for them throughout the coastal region of Texas. Priest Insurance specializes in the coastal region of Texas, covering home, auto, business, and recreational insurance. With ties to the coastal communities, Dan Priest has had the sand between his toes since 1972, with a home on Bolivar Peninsula in Galveston County. He survived a storm named Ike, but lost his home. With insurance coverage, his family was able to rebuild following the 2008 storm and continues to make memories beachfront. Priest Insurance specializes in the coastal communities, family dwellings, investment property, and business insurance. They've been there. Whether you're looking for or have a family retreat along the Texas coast, investment property, or a business, Priest Insurance would be honored to work with you and your family to make sure you're covered anytime trouble arises. For more information on Priest Insurance and their contact information, please visit their website at www.priestinsuranceenagency.com, or their office is open for phone calls with questions and consultation Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. by calling 409-755-7600. Priest Insurance Agency, working and educating customers, making sure they understand and have the coverage they deserve.